everyone, it's Maki. Do you like mobile suits that excel in artillery combat? These are the mobile suits that inherited the genes of the original Gundam's gun tank. The Grand Gundam is captivating with its massive body and powerful artillery. The Sari Gundam not only boasts a powerful beam cannon, but its form attacking with 6 beam sabers is just so adorable. Gundam Age 2 double bullet decimates multiple enemies with its mighty artillery and large beam saber. Today, I'm introducing the artillery combat specification of the Impulse Gundam, the protagonist mobile suit from Gundam Seed Destiny. Its name is Blast Impulse. It was developed as the Soft Army's next generation Gundam, with the highest shooting combat capability of its time. The pilot, as many of you know, is Shin Nasa. And succeeding Shin in piloting the Impulse Gundam is Luna Maria Hawk. Let's delve into the secrets of the Blast Impulse, which unleashes a storm of artillery together. The Impulse Gundam was designed with the aim of handling various situations with just one mobile suit. Due to the restrictions of the Junius Treaty, the Soft Army, no longer able to use nuclear engines, came up with the idea of combining the Striker Pack system of the Strike Gundam with battlefield refit capabilities to address this challenge. The Blast Impulse Gundam is completed by equipping the Impulse Gundam with the Blast silhouette, which enables it to have artillery combat capabilities. The firepower of the Blast Impulse is tremendous, and in terms of attack power, it's arguably the strongest among all forms of the Impulse Gundam. The combination of firepower capable of destroying fortresses and massive weapons with a mobile suit yielded incredibly potent results. In the story, it played a crucial role in destroying the colossal beam weapon. Requiem is a decisive weapon that can obliterate targets from any angle by redirecting its beam using a massive midpoint. Destroying it saved the space colonies inhabited by coordinators from destruction. Surprisingly, the unique feature of the Blast Impulse isn't just its powerful firepower. First, there's its mobility, obtained from its large thrusters. While it can't fly, its ability to hover on the ground gives it top-tier agility among mobile suits of its era. Preferring ground movement over flight can be seen as an advantage when compared to flying units. In the story, when Luna Maria is in combat about the Force Impulse, she receives advice and assistance from Shin. Be cautious of attacks from below when you are flying. Ground-based combat can restrict the directions from which enemy attacks can come. Furthermore, the Blast Impulse's hover capabilities extend to water surfaces. In the story, under Shin's piloting skills, it countered attacks from the Abyss Gundam emerging from underwater and the Freedom Gundam attacking from the sky. The Blast Impulse evades the attacks of the legendary Freedom Gundam and destroys the Abyss Gundam. A skilled pilot enables the mobile suit not only for artillery and fortress combat, but also for combating other mobile suits. Now, about the valuable phase shift armor. When the Impulse combines with the Blast silhouette, its color primarily shifts to black. Black signifies a decrease in armor strength compared to other phase shift armors, but it benefits from reduced energy consumption. The Blitz Gundam, which was active in the previous war, adopted black phase shift armor across its body because it used much of its energy for its Mirage colloid stealth. The Blast Impulse uses a significant amount of energy for its artillery, hence the adoption of primarily black phase shift armor. In the story, while the Blast Impulse was often at the forefront of battles, Its black armor is also anticipated to reduce visibility to enemy units. Let's take a look at the powerful weapons of the Blast Impulse. Even in this form, all standard equipment of the Impulse Gundam is available. This includes the Vulcan cannon and knife, and of course, the beam rifle is also usable. The shield is used in a compact form, so as not to interfere with the arm or the barrel. First up is the GMF 39 Quad Missile Launcher. This is a missile launcher installed on the barrel of the large beam cannon Cerberus. It is equipped with 8 launch pods for the AGM-141 Firefly guided missile. While it's known that wireless guided weapons do not function on battlefields where the neutron jammer is effective, this missile targets the heat of its target. It can be considered an evolution of the missile equipped on the Baku. The loaded missiles are the same as those used by the Chaos Gundam. Many sources state that it is impossible to use simultaneously with the Cerberus. Whether this weapon is not intended for simultaneous use, or if a specific firing posture is required to disable the safety mechanism, is unclear. In the Gundam series, there are scenes where bazookas are fired while mounted on the back, or where beam cannons are fired while mounted on the back. It's very intriguing to think if it's possible to attack the enemies in front with the Cerberus while targeting those behind with missiles. Although simultaneous use with the Cerberus is said to be impossible, it can be used simultaneously with the railgun. Next is the MMI-M16XE 2 Deluge Ultra High Velocity Railgun. This is the railgun attached to the shoulder. The name Deluge means heavy rain in French. It's a series model of the railgun equipped on the Freedom Gundam. As the name suggests, it can fire rocketry. Since it's not a beam weapon, it's also effective for underwater attacks. While not detailed in the TV anime, in addition to firing metal bullets, it can also shoot plasma energy. There's also documentation suggesting it can fire not just in a straight line, but in a parabolic trajectory. It's a powerful weapon that can be fired simultaneously with the Cerberus and missiles. The main attraction is the M2000F Cerberus high-energy long-range beam cannon. This is the most powerful weapon mounted on the brass silhouette with 2 beam cannons. It is sometimes explained as an enhanced version of the Orthos beam cannon used by the Gunner's Aku Warrior. Compared to the depiction of the Gunner's Aku Warrior moving significantly due to the Orthos' recoil, the Cerberus seems to fire more smoothly. While many scenes depict the Cerberus being fired while gripping the handle, there are scenes where it fires without holding the grip. This highlights the performance difference between the Impulse Gundam and the Zaku Warrior. Its destructive power is immense, capable of destroying the remnants of drifting space colonies. MAM-80 Defiant Beam Javelin. This weapon is mainly for close combat and is stored inside the barrel of the Cerberus. The name conveys a sense of challenge and boldness. The term javelin is used for spears intended to be thrown at an opponent. Its long handle might provide a balance suitable for throwing. In the story, its scene defeating the Abyss Gundam is particularly memorable. There is no specific documentation on the shortness of its beam blade. In the original Gundam, there was a setting where the limiter of the beam saber was removed, extending the handle to produce a powerful beam blade. There are varying opinions about this beam javelin. Each barrel of the Cerberus carries one handle each. The official figure released by Bandai, and some games have a gimmick where two handles can be connected to form one beam javelin. This gimmick hasn't been used in the TV anime, and the details remain unknown. Let's review the accomplishments of Blast Impulse. While it might seem less flashy compared to Force Impulse or Sword Impulse, it actually played a significant role in battles. First, let's consider the naval battle of Crete. The Orb Army and the Earth Alliance force launched a joint attack on the battleship Maneuver. The chaotic battlefield was further intensified by the sudden appearance of Archangel and Freedom Gundam. Blast Impulse struggled against Abyss Gundam, which swiftly moved underwater and attacked with powerful weaponry. Despite the tumultuous battlefield, Shin awakened to the seed ability due to his previous combat experiences. We must give credit to Zanzazar. He expertly dodged Freedom Gundam's attacks with minimal movements and launched a counter-attack. This wasn't just a desperate move, he forced Freedom Gundam to evade. This scene gives us a sense that Shin is steadily catching up to Kiro's prowess. In another instance, Blast Impulse briefly cut off the output of the Blast Silhouette's rear thrusters to decelerate and avoid the Beast Gundam's attack. By temporarily diving underwater, even if hit directly by a beam weapon, the damage could be minimized, a two-pronged tactical approach. This scene demonstrates how Shin anticipated various scenarios and made full use of the mech's capabilities. Then there's the showdown with the Beast Gundam. Here, Shin first uses Impulse Gundam's silhouette changing system in combat. He used the Blast Silhouette to block a Beast Gundam's barrage and then discarded the silhouette. This not only dodged damage to the main unit, but also concealed Impulse Gundam from the enemy's sight with the explosion. From amidst the flames, he hurled a beam javelin to destroy the Abyss Gundam. This scene depicted the view from inside Abyss Gundam's cockpit, illustrating the sudden appearance of the javelin from the smoke. Furthermore, Shin was familiar with Abyss Gundam's capabilities since its testing phase, and knew that its aerial combat ability was inferior compared to other units. The pilot of Abyss Gundam, our often used beam cannon barrages, which had the drawback of halting the mech's movements. Shin astutely recognized the characteristics of the enemy mech and the pilot's combat habits, leading to his victory. A minor point, but after discarding the Blast Silhouette, the variable phase shift armor of the Impulse Gundam remains the same color as when it was in its Blast Impulse form. Perhaps the settings for the variable phase shift armor don't automatically change upon attaching the silhouette, but rather are manually changed by the pilot. There was no official documentation on this matter. What do you think? Immediately after Impulse Gundam performed energy replenishment through the deuterium beam, and switched to the Force Silhouette to attack the Earth Alliance's mobile suit units. This battle truly showcased the advantages of Impulse Gundam, which doesn't need to return to the mothership for energy replenishment or silhouette changes. Finally, we have Blast Impulse's last significant action, the mission to destroy the massive beam cannon, Requiem. Zaft's fleet attacked Requiem's beam cannon relay station. However, this was a diversion. Using the fleet as a decoy, the battleship Maneuver attacked the Requiem on the moon directory. Yet, this too was a ruse. Lunamaria, piloting Blast Impulse, was dispatched on a direct assault mission against Requiem. By the way, the Junius Treaty originally designated the Moon as a neutral zone. Considering the massive nuclear weapon deployment at the start of the war, this might seem ironic. However, this battle illustrates how the Junius Treaty is now largely ignored by both parties. With powerful mechs like Destiny Gundam and Legend Gundam as decoys, Blast Impulse made a deep incursion into enemy lines. Although detected and tracked by enemy forces en route, Destiny Gundam's support enabled the advance to continue. In this scene, Lunamaria accurately and efficiently destroyed enemy mobile suits with her beam rifle. While many fans might think she's not adept at shooting due to her comments about her shooting skills, her true capabilities are quite impressive as depicted. Lunamaria then infiltrated Requiem and precisely destroyed its command control. Thanks to her efforts, Front was saved. While this marked the end for Blast Impulse's role, it was indeed Blast Impulse that saved all the coordinators. If she had destroyed the entire Requiem at that time, Chairman Duano's plan might have been thwarted. Details aren't provided, but perhaps Razor Burrow instructed her only to destroy the command control. While watching the anime, I felt that if it were me, I'd have been tempted to destroy Requiem entirely. Did you notice the appeal of the Blast Impulse Gundam? After its TV anime broadcast, it was distinctive for not having a model kit released for quite a while. Many fans had been modifying the entry-level models known as the Collection Series with dedication. The primary black color of the main body is another cool aspect, isn't it? What do you like about the Blast Impulse? For me, I love the appearance when it deploys both the Cerberus and the rail cannon simultaneously. It gives off vibes connecting it technically to the Freedom Gundam. I also find its lack of a multi-lock-on feature, like the Freedom Gundam, to be appealing. It seems to interestingly depict the performance difference between nuclear-powered units and battery-powered ones. Now, we'll have you sorted in the Blast Impulse. You can choose the battlefield. Please hit the subscribe button and chase after the 3 hijacked Gundams. You can also challenge the Freedom Gundam and the Beast Gundam with the like button. Pressing the bell button will enable you to embark on a mission to destroy the Requiem. Of course, if you can complete all the missions, you're undoubtedly an ace pirate of the Soft Forces. I hope to see you safely in the next show. Wishing you the best of luck.